Hi, welcome to new episode of Sportsy. Let's talk sports tech. Today we have with us CEO of NavBuddy, Mohammad Al Saffar. Saffar started NavBuddy with his own experience of getting lost in the stadium, and that's why he got a company called NavBuddy, which is actually navigating through the stadiums or indoor stadiums. What he says is stadiums are difficult to navigate. In fact, most indoor venues are. Visitors have to rely on traditional signboards. They tend to get lost more often, which leads to missing important moments and wasting time. So you can start a new indoor experience today with NavBuddy, which uses the latest technology and allows you to navigate around indoor facility with a step-by-step real-time navigation. NavBuddy elevates the stadium experience by providing a step-by-step navigation in real time, which can take you to any place that you want inside the stadium. It also helps venue managers managing areas are getting crowded, which areas are empty, and how to manage the whole facility. NavBuddy can actually help along with the live data and also run the proximity ads. So please welcome CEO of NavBuddy, Mohammad Safar. Hi, Safar. Great to have you on Sportsy, where we are going to talk about sports tech. So it's Sportsy, let's talk sports tech.
Hi, Sid. It's a pleasure to come here to
Yeah.
speak with you.
And great to have you here. And thank you for Qatar Sports Tech for enabling this as well. So as you know, you are getting accelerated or under the mentorship and advisory program of Qatar Sports Tech,
Yeah.
and which is doing a wonderful job, obviously with sports tech environment, and we'll go to that topic as well later. But for the viewers and for the listeners, we have Safar, uh, Mohammad Safar, CEO, as well as he heads the business side as well for NavBuddy. The NavBuddy is he's making the stadiums navigation smart. So I think that is we'll just talk about that. That how NavBuddy elevates the stadium experience by providing a step-by-step navigation in real-time seats, restrooms, uh, other stands, and the venue managers, and everybody's getting help because of this, and just giving the fan engagement to a different level
Mhm.
with NavBuddy. So, Safar, we understand the stadiums are there, the game is there, the fans are there. How is NavBuddy trying to solve? What is the problem that you're trying to solve?
Yes. Basically, the story kind of began from a personal experience a few years back, which kind of carried on for a few years and was always there in the back of my mind. Um, about it's a fact that these indoor spaces are huge,
Hmm.
and when a person wants to visit a stadium, he's there to be seated in a seat and to watch the match instead be in the corridors being lost. And because it's such a huge place, it's so obvious that you are gonna get lost from the people you're with, your friends, your family. um, and this was always there in the back of my mind. But when I started my journey with my previous startup, it was a one-stop shop for all the tourist needs.
Hmm.
um, it's incubated in Qatar Science and Technology Park. So when we wanted to be a one-stop shop, a navigation perspective always was there.
Hmm.
Um, but because of the pandemic, we couldn't really rely on tourists anymore. Um, so we just saw that the indoor navigation itself has a really separate market in itself, and specifically towards the smart stadiums.
Correct.
So we enrolled for the QST hackathon around October 2019, and fortunately we won the first place. So
Nice.
which was
Congratulations.
it was quite shocking at that time. We were a team. There were three people. It was me and a couple of really young kids, aged 16 and 14.
Oh wow.
14 and 12, sorry. So they kind of just came around to see the hackathon, and I took them in our team. So it was a really good experience. We really benefited a lot from it in
Hmm.
terms of like exposure just in this market. We got to meet the CEO of Al Fardan. Mr. Umar Al Fardan himself. That was a really amazing experience. We got to hear his thoughts on how things work just in general, the work ethic you need to have. Some of his the management told us how his work ethic is. Um, so that kind of really inspired us that there is something that's really intriguing in this idea.
Mhm.
uh, but we were still working on the previous startup, so we kind of kept it on a hold. But when pandemic hit, we knew that we had to really shift. So I would say NavBuddy is a pivot of another company,
Okay.
which was tending to serve a larger group of people for a larger scope. Um, so we started working full time just on NavBuddy in around August 2020,
Mhm.
um, where we decided that we're going to take a really organic route to how we're going to run this startup, from what uh, people have done previously.
Mhm.
Kept a really strict ethic towards learning from trustworthy resources like the startup school from Y Combinator, making sure we're matching those really good criterias where we know that we have a set of validation that things are going to be good.
Right.
So that was always our motive. We had a really good board of advisors always. We really took great use in the early days of the whole mentors, and it was, and then we joined the Entalak, that's the pre-accelerator, with Ali Khajavi. That was a really nice experience as well. That was definitely one of it was a major boost, just in terms of getting to know investors, getting some investment to start off with. So it was really nice. We got a chance to meet a lot of local uh, stakeholders
Mhm.
with the partners of QST,
Right.
like the Supreme Committee, and more so now in the accelerator program itself.
Correct. So, so I think when you spoke about how NavBuddy is born out of the earlier startup, and you're taking it forward, and it is, I think the name itself tells you very clearly it's navigation, it's a buddy for navigation inside the stadium. So what kind of technology is getting used? Are you working with beacons, RFIDs, or is there any specific chips that gets installed? And how does this installation goes? Is it going to be a permanent installation, or this is going to be a temporary installation? Can you just walk us through that?
So first of all, we use low energy Bluetooth beacons
Hmm.
that's installed around the facility, and we then have created an in-house software
Hmm.
that allows positioning to happen, and to draw routes, to navigate to different places in real time. Uh, and because it is Bluetooth or low energy Bluetooth, we do not require mobile data or Wi-Fi to be connected. Um, we only rely on these beacons. So we all, on the other hand, we have the dashboard as well for the venue management.
Hmm.
It allows them to see how many people are coming and going out. Just develop a really good heat map to see where there is a dense population in the facility. So, and it also allows them to run a few push notification ads.
Right.
So this is shortly the features in the application. One thing I kind of missed out was we also allow them to track their friends and family if they're in the
Hmm.
same location.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So we kind of really give that a lot of importance as well, being as a close to your family and friends all the time. One of the major stress, I would say the one that carries a lot of stress is just going with your family, making sure everyone is safe. So we are working hard on that, and that's the capabilities we have right now.
Okay.
But a few really exciting things that we are working on just from the R&D side is making uh, shifting the app more towards the web apps area,
Okay.
where the users or the visitors don't have to download an app, but
Mhm.
just scan a QR code, run the app on the browser. Um, just removing one of the barriers that are there from a customer's
Yeah, it's
aspect,
downloading the app.
downloading the app. It's a one no one talks about, but it's always there.
Yeah.
So that's something really interesting that we have found really good leads in toward in the development side as well.
Hmm.
um, and also, like I said before, that we're also looking towards eliminating majority of the hardware. Not saying we're removing everything, but minimizing the use of hardware in general, and make use of a lot of really good technology like fingerprinting, which allows basically us to not use any external hardware, so
Hmm.
reduces the cost on the customer, and we are better able to sell it.
Oh, okay, it's interesting. And so, from the low cost, low energy Bluetooth to going to a new technology and trying to have the installation. So, how do you see the problem of having these installations as a permanent fixture and cost which is implicated to that? So, what is your experience on the ground when you spoke to the teams or leagues or stadiums?
Okay, so um, we have a couple of models we work around with
Hmm.
in terms of what service we offer. So the sports tech is just one aspect of NavBuddy. It is
Right.
just one branch which
Hmm.
is focusing on the sports tech. We also um, look into other markets like the malls, like the hospitality,
Okay.
and also the hospitals and the exhibitions and conferences.
Hmm.
So the beacons themselves are a magnetic, how would I say? It has a magnet on the back that you can stick onto the walls. Um, it's a really lightweight, small sized object. Can blend in really nicely with any kind of color. We can customize the colors of
Right.
it's completely doable. Um, but in terms of the cost, the hardware you know is taking up to 30-35%.
Yeah, assume so. That's why I asked it. Like I thought as much because I remember working on similar thing for Sacramento Kings way back in 2016
Mhm.
for the Golden One Arena, and the cost of the hardware was one of the biggest thing. So while you're talking about yes, sports is one side of it, but everywhere that you go, you're talking about making our users or the fans experience or the visitors experience easy. And so, what kind of thing that you envision from NavBuddy that a user will get to see everything? So, is it going to be everything possible at the fingertips, or user has will get the information without asking for it without because of the technology?
Yeah. So what our major vision for in terms of long term is to have a singular app for all indoor facilities.
Hmm.
So that is something we call NavBuddy One, which we are constantly working towards. It's a model that would have all the indoor facilities that are working with us under one platform.
Hmm.
So the user doesn't always have to download different apps or access different QR codes. Um, I think that is when we actually start providing the whole experience of knowing where your parking is, knowing where to park if you want to be closest to the gate, to
Right.
your gate, which is closest to your seat. So these are the features that we envision to have at NavBuddy, and moreover, there's a lot of community aspect towards it, just in the fans interaction or engagement. There's always a possibility that could be
Right.
combined and make it a one smart solution for stadiums or fan zones. But that's what we are constantly working towards. But it's really important that we focus on areas where others have kind of failed in terms of
Right.
navigation. And till now, we have we are standing up really well to the challenges of indoor navigation in general,
Mhm.
whether it be regards to the accuracy. We have had no issues until now in terms of competing with the market that's already there. So now we are looking more towards the accessibility side of it, of
Mhm.
things instead of accuracy or technical. How we can make it more accessible to people, so everything is smooth, instant, spontaneous.
Interesting. We already mentioned about the role of QST, Qatar Sports Tech, in your journey, about the advisors, mentors, the connections, everything. If you want to sum it up, everything towards that, to make something one line about Qatar Sports Tech in everybody's life. So what that could be?
Oh, okay. Qatar Sports Tech is kind of like how do I say it in one sentence? There's a lot. I mean, because the team members are really helpful
Hmm.
and are really professional also. We get a lot to learn from them in terms of ethics, in terms of accountability. Um, had really good mentors.
Hmm.
Uh, for the Antalab program especially, we had really good mentors.
Right.
Um, and even QST, we've had few really good workshops that are not from people who've been working in corporates for like 25 years and then they're suddenly a startup advisor. It's
Hmm.
from people who have started few journeys themselves.
Right.
That's always more valuable. So, one sentence for QST, it's going to be hard.
It's a buddy to nav buddy, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's two places, two one of the two things that we're attached to, and one is the co-working space where we started Workinton itself. Even in terms of uh, we have a strong relationship with Al Fardan as well.
Hmm.
We have one of their uh, communications management involved with our PR aspect of things.
Right.
So we're working tightly with them and QST at the same time.
Hmm.
So we've gotten a lot of support from the whole ecosystem here. Just in terms of the QFC, the pre-registration for a year, and other small perks that are really important for the company, and just a really good boost, especially this accelerator to grow your team. We kind of doubled in the last 3 weeks,
Hmm.
so things are looking really good. We have our first lead in Qatar itself. So things are happening and things look really good.
So it's great to have you talking about Qatar Sports Tech, and I'm sure a lot of good thing going to come your way, because not only with Qatar Sports Tech, but you are in Qatar, and the 2022 FIFA World Cup is going to be in Qatar, so the stadiums can be navigable using NavBuddy, and that's what I think it's the wish that we have, and wish you all the best for that, and look forward to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you.
Yes, likewise. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, and thank you for sharing. But please do subscribe on our channel Sportsy Says and help us spread the word about Sportsy. We go with the same handle Sportsy Says across all the social media platforms.